whenever you folks are ready.
Okay, welcome everybody. Okay. So just hold on. Let me ask the secretary to call the roll.
Certainly. Regent Ted Yang.
Here.
Regent Sophia Japanin.
Present.
Regent Ari Santiago. Regent Santiago is not present. Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
You have a motion.
Thank you. Well, there's two of us, so we're all in favor. Great. All right, so good that that motion is approved. Okay, so approval of minutes. We have minutes from the March 19th committee meeting. Can I have a motion to approve?
You have a motion.
Thank you. And again, that therefore passes, so good to go. Minutes are approved. Okay, so we have one item to discuss here in public session before we go into executive session. And I will ask the system CIO to provide an update on where we are on the Ellucian banner implementation.
So there were the two materials that were provided, was the system committee charge, steering committee charge, and then the update document of the status of the 4 projects that are currently in flight. Of the 4 projects that are currently in flight, 3 of them have only just begun. They just started really September 1st. The ramp up period at the beginning of these projects is not rapid. It takes Ellucian considerable time to pull together the resources. That's baked into the 18-month time frame, the estimated time frame of the project. The Southern CSU project is further along, but same thing. They're in the opening phases of the project, and in the opening phases of the project, it's mostly about putting the resources in place, putting the structures in place, and then doing discovery of the existing infrastructure. And that's exactly where Southern is right now. They've just started the discovery process now. I don't expect there to be substantive changes to what the status of the projects are for at least Southern for at least a couple of months while they do discovery. And then it's going to take 3 to 4 months for at least for the other projects to begin to get into some. Otherwise, today they currently sit at being at risk from a resourcing perspective. And this is something that Ellucian identifies that there's challenges across the system with having enough resources available. So all of the projects are listed as being yellow overall because one or more of the elements underneath it are also yellow. The one element that's yellow across all projects is resourcing. And we know that that's going to be somewhat difficult to manage resourcing of these involved projects concurrent with existing functional activities because the staff that are working on the project also have operational responsibilities, day-to-day operational responsibilities. So that mix of things puts pressure from a resourcing perspective. The challenge on this is we can't simply buy additional resources because you need corporate knowledge to be able to execute the project. You need corporate knowledge in order to be able to provide day-to-day operational support and capabilities. And so it's hard to just replace the existing stuff. Really, it's impossible to just replace the existing stuff. We will augment where it's identified that we can just add capacity. But for now, while the projects are ramping up, they don't know exactly how much of the stuff is you can think of as sort of just simply repeated and simple capacity issues. When that's identified, there are additional resources within each project in order to provide for additional capacity. But because none of that's been identified yet, from a resourcing perspective, it's still considered at mildly at risk. The steering level, system level steering committee is constituted. It is the core of it consists of the CIOs that are responsible for each of the projects. They've been invited to consult with the administration at their local institutions to add functional representation as the institution sees fit, with the express purpose of having a system level steering committee which can sort of adjudicate issues that are between projects, not within projects. Each project itself will execute as a project by itself at that institution, by that institution, and for that institution. And then they will represent themselves in some way at the next level for sort of cross project type challenges.
Yep. Great. And I'll just point out, because it's the first time we've talked about this since it's been kicked off, that the proper function of this committee and system office is, on our oversight function, because obviously this is a very large dollar spend and a very core system for everything going on. But we are not functioning as a program management office. The individual schools are running these projects alone, together directly with Ellucian and their own internal resources. But certainly, it is our job to keep a mindset of making sure that these projects stay on track relative to the goals of, for example, interchange of data and other things like that. And then, of course, again, because there's a large spend here, the board certainly needs to know if anything's going on in that situation that would require, significantly a change in resources or timing. But we are not functioning as a program management office. That said, I do want to make sure the public, for anyone who's listening or whatever, watch this later, is aware that we do and we will publish these dashboards just as a single source of truth, so that you don't have to go and dig around other places if you want to know how other Ellucian projects are doing at our sister institutions.
And I'd like to provide one more update on this particular topic. The statement of work for CT State is in development as we speak. And it would need to go through the process at CT State with approval at CT State at both the CIO and the CFO level before that can be moved forward into a contract, into in effect instantiate a project. The intention of CT State is to have a project begin in the new year. But as quickly in the new year as might be practical, there are differences of opinion about what might be the optimal time to start that.
Great. I don't have any further comments on this. Sophia, do you have anything?
No,
Okay.
no comments. Thank
All right,
you.
great. Well, thank you for that update. And so that is all we have for our public agenda. So before I call for a motion to move to executive session, let me state that the members of the Technology Committee will move to executive session in accordance with 1-200 subsection 6E of general statutes to discuss drafted financial information given in confidence and not required by states pursuant to 1-210 of the general statutes. No votes will be taken in executive session. The committee will not reconvene today following executive session. It is anticipated there will be no action or votes by the committee following executive session. The only remaining item will be for me to adjourn the meeting. In addition to the committee members, the only individuals who will be in attendance in executive session and are asked to attend are Karen Buffkin, General Counsel, Michael Drain, CIO. As these individuals have testimony or opinion that is pertinent to the matter being discussed. Therefore, allow me to call for a motion to move to executive session for the purpose I've discussed above. Sophia.
You have a motion.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I guess that is both seconded and approved by me. So, and because there's no one else to have dissent, therefore that motion carries. Thank you very much. We will now move to executive session. Can we please pause the live stream?
We are off the live.